Hey, so episode 3 of Keke Wyatt's World. So this episode it starts out with the family talking about the youngest baby's, her new baby's health issues. I believe his name is Keziah. Yes. So he went to the hospital because he was having a lot of struggles. So he seems to be in stable condition, thank goodness. But yeah, so moving on, Keke Wyatt has a friend who is also in the music industry. The friend used to work behind the scenes as a writer, but now she's starting her own music career, her own singing career. She's a singer as well. The thing that makes her friend's storyline interesting is her friend has a manager who stole money from her. So for example, let's say that she was getting paid $1,000 to sing at his show. Her manager would tell her, they're only giving you $500. So he would basically tell her one rate when the rate was really higher and take some of the money. And Keke Wyatt doesn't understand why her friend is still working with the scammer manager. And it was really crazy because her and the manager were talking and she asked him like, okay, how much are they paying me? And he didn't even sound certain in the answer he gave her. So I got to tell you, I want to ask you, would you keep a manager who was stealing money from you, who would tell you that you were being paid a lower amount than you really are just so they can pocket the rest of the money? Let me know in the comment section below if you would deal with that. All right, so to alleviate the problem that she's having with that manager, not trusting the manager, Keke's friend actually is thinking about hiring another manager. But here's the tricky part about that. The new manager, apparently, when he was a child, he used to bully Keke Wyatt when Keke Wyatt was 10 years old. And I know this sounds really weird, but anyone who's been bullied would not exactly be jumping up and down with excitement about their friend hiring their bully, their bully as a child. So she was very upset about the fact that her friend was even thinking about hiring a manager, someone who treated her like that. And she got very upset. And look, I've been bullied as well. I wouldn't be thrilled about that either. I don't know how I would handle it. I gotta be honest. If my friend or my sister hired someone who used to bully me when I was a kid, I wouldn't be thrilled about it. But at the same time, I don't have to be around the person. They're not my manager. So I think I wouldn't be thrilled about it, but if that's what's going to help them get to the next level, help my friend or my sister get to the next level, go for it. I'm just not going to be around that person. When that person's around, I won't be around. I'll make sure to be in another room or just not anywhere near them. But at the same time, I want my friend or my sister to win. So I would say, okay, cool, but I'm just not going to be around them. So that's how I feel about it. But no matter what she ends up doing, she needs to lose that manager. I mean, the friend, Keke's friend, who keeps getting scammed by the manager, or who was scammed by the manager, she's a very kind person. She seems like a very genuine person. I will say that. I just don't like how she's being taken advantage of. I hope she can she has to find another manager, whether it's the bully or someone else. She needs a manager that she can actually trust. Okay. So if you were in Keke Wyatt's friend's position, I forgot her name. I'm going to have to remember it next time I watch. But if you were in the friend's position, would you go with the bully manager or would you look for a completely entirely different manager? The bully manager apparently has had some success in the industry. That's why she's even interested in working with him. So keep that in mind. All right. Keke Wyatt's manager, Dre, I'm sorry. Those two argue so much, but I have to admit, I love you, Keke, but Keke was a little unreasonable in this episode. When Keke found out that her friend was considering hiring that bully, her manager, Dre said, all right, but you want your friend to go to the next level, so she may have to do this. You don't want to block her blessing. Keke got very upset when he said that. And it got so ugly that okay, basically, Keke was mad because apparently they said his name, and she said, this is my show. Keke said, this is my show. You're not going to say his name on my show. And so then Dre said, well, this is our show. It's not your show. This is our show. That comment is what really set her off. She said, this is my show. And so she went to her car. Basically, she stormed off she went off to her car, walked off to her car. She went inside her car, and she said, this is my show. She said, this is Keke Wyatt's show. She said, no one wants to go and see him. No one goes to see Dre, or no one watches TV to see Dre. And somehow Dre heard her say that. And so he said, wow, that's what you're saying about me. So they start going back and forth. And honestly, I just think because Keke's going through a lot in her personal life, I just think she gets upset very easily. I don't even know, to be super honest, I don't know if Keke Wyatt has always been super sensitive or if it's only because of the situation with the baby. But I do believe she kind of took it I just believe her reaction was a little over the top. But that's just my opinion. I just hope if she is going through something, maybe postpartum, I just hope she can get help because there's therapists, there's plenty of therapists out there that can help her and help anyone who's dealing with that. So I hope she can just seek help if she is going through something. Because when I watch the show, I was thinking, man, and I want to choose my words carefully because I'm a fan. So, but it just seems like she's going through something, quite frankly. Who isn't? Look at what's going on in the world. Who isn't going through something? But it just seems to be affecting her. So I just hope she can get help if she needs help. All right. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else do I want to talk about. But ultimately, that's really my quick recap of the show. I love the show. I just hope that Keke and her manager can create. Oh yeah. So towards the end of the show, Keke said "F you" to Andre because I don't know. I'll be real with you. She gets upset very easily, so I kind of lose track of why she's upset this time. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. It feels so weird being this honest because I do like Keke, and I know there's a slim chance she may actually find this video. I'm just a viewer. I'm just a person. I'm an outsider looking in. I don't know their full dynamics, but I gotta be honest. I felt kind of bad for Dre. So when Keke said F you, he said, wow, he got upset about that because he said that's the one word he doesn't like. He doesn't like that term, F you. When someone says F you to him, he just shuts down. That's the one thing he has a hard time forgiving. Quite frankly, I think she did that, and he thinks she did that on purpose. He thinks she used that word F you because she knows he doesn't like that word. He knows he really gets hurt when people say that. I think she used that term because he was hurt. I mean, because she was hurt by him talking about the bully and saying the bully's name. She sees it like, don't talk about my bully, call my bully's name on my TV show, you know. So I understand where she's coming from. I hope that they can even have family counseling. I know they're basically family. It would be nice if her and Dre, if Keke and Dre could go to a counseling session together and just talk to a therapist or maybe a counselor about their dynamic and how they can treat each other with respect. I expect arguments when you live with someone, when you're friends with someone. I just don't like how it started getting a little disrespectful. That's the only thing I really have a problem with. So I hope they can speak with someone, just to speak a therapist, counselor, about how to argue respectfully. But that is my review and my recap of Keke Wyatt's World Episode 3. Please like and subscribe. Okay.